I mean, everybody knows how, you get pregnant. So I'm not going to get into that story because it's not really something that I want to talk about or, like to talk about just because the situation was so messy. But that might be for another time. Who knows? But it was like the end of February. I was really tired all the time. Like, my boobs were starting to grow like a whole lot. Mind you, before I got pregnant, I was like a B cup, like a 36B, if that. And then all of a sudden, like, my boobs just started getting huge, and my nipples got so big and so dark. And like, I was supposed to start my period, so I wasn't really thinking that much about it. I was just like, okay, maybe this is just hormones acting up, like, I'm about to start my period soon, like, just normal shit. Well, no, because my period didn't come, and I had suspicions that I was pregnant before that, like, just because I was starting to gain a little bit of weight, not a lot, but enough for me to notice just because I was so skinny before. And it was just like, okay, something's not right, something's wrong, and maybe I'm pregnant. But like, I just tried to push that thought away, not trip about it, not stress about it too much, just because, like, I didn't know. And I was talking to my aunt about it, and we would make jokes all the time. But then I ended up missing my period, and so me and a friend of mine went to the store, got a pregnancy test. I bought the most expensive one just because, like, I wanted to be for sure, and I was just thinking in my mind, like, if I get a cheap one, it's not gonna be right, and then I'm gonna be pissed because then I'm gonna have to, like, take another one. So I got the most expensive one. It was like a first response one, and two came in the box. So I bought them, and I didn't have to pee at first, so I was just like waiting around. Got some juice on some Juno shit, like was drinking hella juice so that I'd be able to pee. And we stopped at a Dairy Queen around the corner from her house because her bathroom wasn't working. So I was like, shit, well, I don't want to, like, use her bathroom and then, like, I can't flush. It's gross. So I went to a Dairy Queen. Yeah, very ratchet, very disgusting public restrooms. Ew. But it was close and whatever. So the minute that I peed on the stick, like, it instantly, the two lines showed up. And I was just like, oh shit, like, fuck. But I took the second one because I was like, maybe this is wrong. Like, maybe, it's it's a joke. No, the two lines showed up, like, fast as fuck the second time, too. So I get in the car, and I tell her, and I'm like, I'm fucking pregnant. Like, what the fuck? And she's like, shocked. I'm shocked. We're just looking at each other. And then I cried for 20 minutes in the car. I called my best friend, Sydney, and I'm like, I FaceTime her. I'm like, bitch, I'm pregnant. She's like freaking out. She's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm like, yeah, fuck this shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna tell my parents. Oh my gosh, my parents are so conservative. So telling them was like the biggest worry that I had. Like, I didn't care about anything else. I was just like, oh shit, I'm gonna tell my mom and she's gonna punch me in the face. She's gonna throw me down the steps. Like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna tell my parents? And my dad is a retired Marine. So he already has, like, a really bad temper, and he's already very, like, strict as it is. And he doesn't do well with surprises. And so, like, for him, I knew that that was going to be, like, the biggest thing. He was going to be the biggest person to, like, have a problem. So I was just really, really, really nervous. So later that night, I went home. I was living on my own in an apartment with my aunt. It was just me and her, and I sat my aunt down and I was like, I gotta tell you something. So like, pause your movie whenever you want. And she didn't really know what I was gonna say, and she was just like, waiting. So I told her, I'm like, you're gonna be you're a great aunt. And she was like, oh, thanks, like, I'm a great aunt, like, you're so nice. And I'm like, no, you're gonna be a great aunt, like, I'm pregnant. And she's like, are you kidding? Are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, here's the test. And I gave her the test, and she just, like, had nothing to say. She wasn't mad or anything. She was just, like, really shocked. And then she called her best friend and told her best friend, because she's really close to our family and stuff. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to tell my parents. Like, this shit is crazy. It was a lot. So the next day, I called my mom, and I'm like, hey, Mom, I gotta tell you something. And she's like, what's up? Like, happy to talk to me. Like, yeah, you're gonna be a grandmother. I'm pregnant. And the phone got so silent. Like, my mom was not saying anything. And I was just sitting there like, oh shit, like, she's so pissed. And she's like, I had a feeling this is what you were gonna tell me. You have to tell your dad. That was the first thing she said. You have to tell your dad, right? I was like, yes, I know. Like, thanks, you don't have to remind me. And so she's talking to me, and she starts crying, and she's like, pissed, but she's like also doesn't really know how to feel about it, because she doesn't want to yell at me over the phone, but you can tell like she's really mad. So I'm like, I'm gonna come over this weekend, and I'm just gonna tell them, I'm gonna get it out the way. Okay, boom. Well, the weekend was my brother and sister's birthday. I have twin brother and sister, and they were turning 14, so I was like, oh shit. Like, I didn't really think about the fact that it was their birthday, because I was so, like, scared to tell my dad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, like, blah, blah, blah. So it didn't even cross my mind, like, oh shit, it's their fucking birthday. So being the, shitty ass person I am, I fucking tell my dad on my brother and sister's birthday. Yeah. Go me. So my dad is just staring at me, and it was the most awkward thing ever. Like, it was so awkward just watching him. He didn't say anything to me. He wouldn't talk to me for the entire weekend. Like, he was just so hurt. I think he was hurt. But, like, they were mad for a while. They were mad for a few months. And gradually my mom started getting excited about it and stuff. Like, the more time went on, the more excited she got. My dad started getting excited probably about like 2 months ago. I'm 36 weeks, by the way, so 9 months. So yeah, when I was 7 months, my dad started getting excited about it, and my mom was really excited, and now they're both super excited and can't wait for her to get here and everything. But it was just, I just felt like I had to be blunt about it and stuff, like not beat around the bush or wait a super long time like other people do just because they're scared. Like, I knew I needed to tell my parents just because they're the ones who are going to be helping me, It'd be different if they weren't helping me or anything like that. But no, they were, and I ended up moving back in with my mom and dad because my apartment was so small. There was barely room for me in my bedroom. There wasn't going to be room for me and a baby, and I needed this space, so I just decided to move back in. It was easier. I have my mom here to help me and stuff, so they're really, really, really supportive, and that's really all I could ask for. Like, you just want your family to be as supportive as possible, because this is a hard thing, especially when you're still considered a teenager, you know? Like, at the end of the day, yes, by the law, I'm an adult, but I'm still a teen. So, not everything is, you know, like, that easy. And I still don't have my shit together the way that, you know, I feel I should. But with the help of my parents and the support of my family, I know, like, I'll be okay. My baby will be okay. We'd be okay regardless. But it's just that much better that I have my family and stuff supporting me. But yeah, it's definitely a journey. It's a journey that I'm excited about, and I can't wait to continue to share with you guys and continue to, you know, watch my little one grow up. But thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. You know, if anyone needs advice on how to tell your parents or how to go about it, or just need somebody to talk to, feel free to hit me up on any social media. Like, I am always down to listen, to give advice, all that good stuff. So stay tuned for more from me.